Hello there everybody, what is going on? It is your boy here,
Young Broomstick.
and today we're going to be doing some more painting with Jack. I'm also Jack Schultz. I'm sorry that I didn't say it before. It's kind of unprofessional, but it's all good, it's all good. Okay, so today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. You know, we like to spice it up a little bit on painting with Jack. So today actually what we're doing is we've got our boy here, Sperry Boy, and you know, it's a very interesting Photoshop of his head on his sort of ankle area, a little bit above the ankle, kind of on his shin area. His head is sort of his shin. So it's a pretty interesting picture, and I thought it would be a great one to draw, but not just draw any sort of way. I think that we should draw this, as in we should trace over the face and then see how that looks compared to me just like flat out drawing it. When you just trace over the face, it really helps with some of your skills like coloring in the lines and stuff, making sure everything's accurate. So right now we're actually going to start by you know, just painting the original picture as close to it as we can. Now since this is zoomed in, all these brushes are going to be much bigger than normal, but that's good. It's always a challenge. It's good. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have to make this outline of the Sperry's. So let's go and start doing that. Looks pretty nice. And there we go. And that's the shoe. We can even add in some we shouldn't actually add in any brown color at the moment because we got to do this little sole part on the bottom. Yeah, you don't want to forget this. This is a very, very important process. If you mess up Sperry's, dude, don't come to my house. Don't come to my house in general, actually. It's kind of weird of you. So here we go. We are finishing up the soles now. And bam. Look at that. So now we're going to give it a nice little, you know, brown touch. The infamous brown touch of the Sperry's. Alright, now we gotta do some outlining, because these Sperry's have to be detailed, okay? I'm not just trying to do this and make it look like trash, alright? We're gonna go detailed on this Sperry. So, you can see the front here. It's, you know, this nice little thing. I don't know what that is, but it's all good. We don't need to know. It's like a weird instep part over here. I don't know what that is. These are starting to look a little bit more like sandals, but it's fine. That is completely fine. Sperry's also work as sandals. Now we're just gonna, you know, make these little parts, little side parts, and we're gonna just make ourselves a nice little bow tie. There we go. So now we have the Sperry's done. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the ankle / shin head part. Now, we do want to do a black outlining once again. Don't want to go too thick on this. We're just going to take it, you know, one step at a time. Want to make sure his head is also... We're just drawing the hair as well while we're at it. Now what we want to do is we want to separate the hair from the actual head, because at the moment we are not looking too good on that. So there we go. And now the head is, because we want to be able to color in the hair and make it separate from the head. So there we go. Sperry Boy now has his hair kind of separated. So we're gonna use a little bit of a darker brown for his hair. I think that's about good, yeah. And now we got to work on that just absolutely gorgeous smile. This young man here, he's going places. You know, I kind of wonder about the what happened to this guy after, you know, after the whole meme. Like, did he must have learned of it somehow. But like, how? It's the deep questions that count. Dude, what am I even saying right now? So we got his nice eyebrows done, and gonna get in the same little color treatment as we did the hair. Come on. There we go. So we gave it the same treatment that we gave the hair. As you can see, it's just very brown. Not much to it. But so now we gotta make the rest. We gotta make his little smile. So how we're going to do that is we're going to make the outline once again. Alright. And there we go. And now we got to make his top lips. Try it very far off. And make his teeth. There we go. His lips are a nice little... They're a bit pink, but they're more like this. This is actually a good color. It's like a nice salmon color. So we're going to go with this instead. And we're going to go ahead and make that perfect. Okay. And perfection. Alright. So now we got that. We need to obviously make his eyes. You know, he's not a blind man, and even blind people have eyes, so that's... I don't know why I said that. Actually, let's make his nose first. It's easier to make eyes around a nose. Oof, that was not a good nose. And we are going to now add the little nostrils. There we go. Looks all good. I can't forget the little earring part right there. Now we gotta make his eyes, they're a little bit low. There we go. And that's good. So now we are adding his little pupils in. You know, you need those to see. Otherwise, you can't see. So now we just have to add some finishing touches. Maybe, you know, like a little bit of a thing going on under here, kind of looks like. You know, he's got those, a little bit of baggy eyes, kind of like I do. It's cool. It's all good. Alright, so now we just need to add his skin tone. I'd say let's start off with a color like this and maybe become a little bit more, right there is probably good. So we're gonna go with that color. It looks pretty similar. Oh god, whoops. That's not good. There we go. So there we go. I mean, that's the comparison there. I'd say it's pretty good representation, but I think we can do better. As I said before, we're not just gonna be painting him. We're also, because we always go that extra mile here on the cage, we are also going to be tracing over his face and seeing how well we can get it compared to our original drawing. So we are going to focus in on him now. So we want to start off with his Sperry's, obviously. So we're actually going to turn on, you want to turn down your DPI on this on your mouse if you can, because you want to get this very precise movements here. And we're not really going to worry about the parts around it, since, you know, the background of the other one is just kind of white. And also that would take a lot of time just to color that in, so there's really no point in doing that. I don't even know what that is, but it's all good. It's kind of like you're making a selection of something. So, you know, just kind of go by those rules. Try to be as close to the lines as possible. And now that we got that, we are going to start coloring in the Sperry's. So to do this, since you can't just use the fill tool on a picture, I learned that the hard way, we are going to just have to do something with a much wider range of area. So this works. I'm just using the, I believe, whatever that is up there, you know, that paintbrush tool. So what's interesting now is, since I don't really know all the details of the Sperry's, I'm going to have to go by what I drew. Am I retarded? So this kind of isn't comparing anything at all now that I think about it, and it's kind of a mistake that I even did this in the first place. But I feel that way about the YouTube channel as well. So we are now going to have to retrace the lines up at the top here, are kind of surrounding the Sperry. So there we go. So yeah, like, if you do this, you probably should just have like an image right next to it that is the same thing, so you actually know what you're doing. Okay, so now we're just gonna add this bottom part here. Bam. Look at that. Those are some nice Sperry's if I've ever seen them. And, you know, we're gonna touch it up a little bit at the front. It needs a little bit of touching up. So that's good. We need to go over this top part as well. There we go, and then, you know, we need to make sure this is all good. So, you know, I'm not actually sure these are Sperry's. I just kind of assume they are. They're just like loafers in general, or boat shoes. Not much more you can say about them. Now that we got that, we are going to change this to a little bit of a darker color, because we do need to paint those laces in. So we're going to use this and just kind of make some circles there. And, you know, obviously make the end of them like that. I don't know how Sperry's look, dude. We're just going by plain memory by now. So now I gotta add the little strings on the sides. There we go. And as we can see in this picture, we are gonna have to do the instep. That's probably not what it's called, but it's what I'm gonna call it because I don't know what else to call it. So there we go. We are gonna change these to a little bit of a darker brown color. There we go. So that looks pretty good for the bottom, for the shoes. And now we gotta, you know, do the top, obviously. What am I doing? There we go. I need to get that brush. I need to get the right brush. You always want to make sure you're on that grind 24/7, 8 hours a day. All right. So now we're gonna slowly trace over the hair. You know, in hindsight, this whole series would be so much easier if I just bought myself like a drawing pad. So I want to outline the ears as well while we're at it, and go ahead and outline the hair. I want to set some boundaries. Now we're gonna highlight his eyebrows. And so basically we're just trying to capture all the details and kind of outline them at the moment. So there we go. It's the top lip. It's the bottom lip. There we go. See, I almost forgot it here as well. This nice earring. You can't forget the earring. The earring is a very important part. So we're gonna use the same brown that we used for his hair in this one. We're trying to keep it canon here, so just go very slowly when you do this process. Don't wanna go over the lines if you can try to help it, because if you do, you know, it's not good. Doesn't mean that you're not a good artist, just means that you're
not good.
Now, almost got this hair colored in. And once again, even if you do go outside of the lines a little bit, in my case I was just showing an example of if you did, you can just easily retrace the lines and kind of trace them around the hair, you know? Build your painting around your painting. And so there we go. Got that done. So the next part we're going to work on is the eyebrows, since, you know, it's also just kind of the same color scheme. So we're just going to go and do that first. And we need to actually change the size for this one because the eyebrows are a little bit more of an advanced area of painting. Gotta have a little bit higher level for this part. you will get to that level eventually, but not at first. So I'd recommend watching my other painting with Jack so you can get to that level. Now we honestly should probably just go and get this, you know, out of the way. The drawing of the skin. Just so we don't have to ever worry about that again. Because this part is total aids to try to work on with everything else. But it's kind of hard to choose a point when to put the skin on, or like when to paint the skin. Just because when you do, it kind of gets in the way of everything. But if you do it before, then you'll lose all the details that you'll have to try to draw. So it's kind of like this big dilemma. A lot of people haven't really figured it out yet. You just kind of go when you think the time is right. Like right now, I kind of thought that the time was right, so I did it right now. And speaking of this, you know, this kid kind of looks a little bit like Jimmy Neutron. Just a bit, you know, a little bit like Jimbo. Not like full Jimbo comparison, just a little bit. Once again, if you use a low DPI, this becomes a lot easier to do and to handle. So that's what I'm doing right now. Alright guys, so finished painting this, and now we need to make sure that all this is good. So we need to repaint some of the outlines and stuff. We need to redraw this chin area, which is not too hard. There we go. Gotta kind of fix the ears a little bit. You know, you just gotta go back over and like retrace some parts that might have been damaged during the whole process. Like some of the hair areas probably got hit pretty bad. Luckily not too much got, you know, hit too bad with this. You know, the more that I look at this picture, the more it kind of reminds me of like Leatherface. And I'm really starting to get like disturbed with it. But let's just keep going, dude. Alright, there we go, and we're gonna now make the eyes. Sure. There, and make the nose, and we actually do have to clean up these eyebrows a bit. There. And I almost forgot, we have to paint in this, these lips. And get those teeth. And there we
Go.
We've got our boy on the left and our boy on the right. I think that they both look really good. I wouldn't really complain about it. I would probably buy this if it was at like an art sale or something. I don't even know what you do for art. You just like sell it or something. We are going to do this little background area. We're going to try to get it as close as we can. So maybe a little bit of a darker color. Like right there is good. There. That's relatively close. And you know, we're just going to continue on the line. And there we go. So you've got the traced one and you've got the non-traced one. Now I say that they both look really good and are a pretty close tie to how well they look. I would personally probably take the traced one, but I do know quite a few people that will probably also take the non-traced one. I think it's all based on perspective, and really, I'm not gonna choose a winner here. You can choose a winner if you want. I don't really care. You know, I hope that you guys learned something today. I hope that you learned that you know, tracing can really help drawing skills, and that anything can be done if you actually know how to draw. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time on the cage. You know, I love just trying to, you know, stop a video, but my key that's supposed to work for that does not work. So now I have to actually go to the application, go to the recording thing, and now I get to stop it. Alright, I'll see you guys for real this time.